Everybody hear me? Whoa, whoa, step back. Hello? Check? That better? Okay.
Hello, friends.
Hello, everyone.
Wow.
Welcome
to Under the Tea, your favorite hateful podcast.
The most racist podcast in the world.
Yes, welcome to Racism Anonymous chat.
My funny ball.
You good, Akko?
Yes.
We're not even 2 minutes in and you already hurt yourself.
Chat, you better like the stream because I just hurt myself for you. It's a joke, YouTube.
Yeah, I was about to say, YouTube doesn't take kindly to that.
I accidentally hurt myself. Oh, talking Sugar, there's not much. I mean, we could talk a little bit about him. if people
No,
want.
there's nothing to say.
There's not much to say other than just everybody believes him over the skanks that lied about him. So, oh goodness. Yeah, that's all there really is to talk about with him.
Just remember, chat, believe all women as long as they're a VTuber.
Yes, pretty much. Racist Anonymous, yes. How are you both doing tonight?
Feeling extra racist today.
Doing good. Discussing how to move to Japan while making US money so we can just game the system.
How hard would it have been?
Oh, hi, Moshi. What's up?
It's like it's just getting there and finding a place.
This is true.
Would be the hard part.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Yiggler, thank you for the follow.
Very, very true.
I always appreciate the hard R follows.
The thing that sucks is you still have to pay taxes, even as an expat in Japan.
Well, yeah.
Unless you become a citizen of Japan and not like just an expat. I don't know. US wants their money. Where did I hurt myself? So when the stream started, I accidentally hit my funny bone on the desk. And it's not pretty funny to me, but it can be pretty funny to you. Oh, goodness. Anyway, today, so this week wasn't very loud in terms of people being crazy. I think the full moon has finished setting and people are done being crazy weirdos. And so, honestly, the only thing that we're going to do is go over... so the Kenji stuff is basically done, but we wanted to go over some of the final lessons that went on with it. Legal Mindset made a stream and talked about some of the stuff that Kenji said that we want to talk about. VGen, I think we'll talk about VGen first because it's a little thing while we're getting people in here. VGen had some stuff happen. Stardew Valley is getting shit on by people that want pronouns. There's a new agency out there that seems very interesting. And we're finally going to talk about that Loli Twitter space a little bit. Not too much because there's so much of it that may not even be worth talking about too much, but we're going to talk about it a little bit.
I still want to do a dedicated stream just so we can... Like, you guys don't even have to stay for the entire 7 hours. I'll probably like do a dedicated 7-hour stream just to listen to that brain rot.
I don't know
if
how
I
you
show
do
up,
that.
can we at least listen to it on 2x?
That
On
might be the best
2x?
idea. 2x, so it's 3.5 hours.
Depends, because there's
Because
just...
you have to think we're also going to stop at a bunch.
Yeah, but
Very
also we can make that, and it, like, I can make it as an excuse of an endurance stream of mind and just mine. It's like the endurance isn't just the time, it's listening to the entire fucking thing.
Indeed.
We need a day where you were off, though.
Yeah.
And we were off.
Well, we could probably do it whenever I'm out of work for those 6 weeks.
Is it a whole 6
True.
weeks? Holy cow. You better stream a lot.
Yeah. I'm going to be streaming every day for, like, probably 8-9 hours. Probably not straight, but just, like, you know,
It's gonna
probably
be wonky.
5 hours here and then maybe another 5 hours a little later in the day. I'll figure it out.
You know you can't stream straight, Lumi. That's obviously very bigoted of you.
No, I stream a little curve because I'm bi.
We already talked about this in pre-stream. The curve is completely normal. Every guy has it.
There we go.
Yes, the curve is normal. Every guy has one.
And since every VTuber...
Okay, but it's like, which way is the curve? Up, down, or strangely to the side?
And since every VTuber is secretly a guy, it works.
I don't know, ladies. Which way do you prefer your curve to go? Up or down or to the side?
I honestly don't know. 6 week is Lumi could no. No, surgery. Not my surgery, someone else's surgery that I have to take care of. But yeah, it's gonna be 6 weeks of absolutely no fucking pay because my work doesn't cover FMLA.
Mm-hmm.
But that's where Lumi can get like super streams going.
Very true.
Yeah.
Get that
Ace
popularity.
Mhm.
Ace said his curve so towards the left a little.
Oh my gosh.
Katie's
Diagonal.
diagonal.
That's truly special, chat. If yours is diagonal, you might be the leader of the race.
And then forward and then forward.
Forward and backward.
That's gonna be our whatchamacallit, our poll for the stream. Which way does yours curve?
Oh my gosh.
Which
I don't know if
ways?
YouTube. Yeah, YouTube will probably won't care.
I mean,
Hold on.
as long as you don't say which way does X curve, it's just which way does it curve.
Yeah, just which way does it curve?
Which way does it curve? Oh my. Okay, where were we?
Top chat to live chat.
There we go. Made a poll. Which,
Which
way,
way
does
does
it
it
curve? Forward, back, left, or diagonally? We're not right-wing chuds here, so there's no right. I guess you can say right diagonally if you're right.
Probably would have done better saying up, down, left, or right.
Oh, did I say wave instead of way? Oh my gosh. I'm not remaking it. I'm not remaking
Which
it.
way
Chat.
does it curve?
It's close enough.
It is close enough, yes. Anyway, so let's talk a little bit about VGen, because Mizu, I think you were talking about VGen a little bit on Twitter, and because you saw some other people talking about it. I really don't use VGen. I just prefer, because in my personal opinion, VGen is really just artist focused. While it may be very user friendly, I don't really feel like it is user focused. I feel like it's more pivoted and made for artists. I don't know.
I mean, I use VGen a lot. I personally really like it. I've found some people that I never would have commissioned before. Unless their shit just popped up on the front page. I'm like, oh, that's cute.
True, but what I'm saying is the app was made with artists in mind, and consumers second is what I feel like it was made for. Which can be okay, but if you don't like meet in the middle with both, I worry that artists are... Huh?
You lose people.
Yes.
If you don't, because people are going to be too scared to buy from artists if they don't have some kind of protections.
Exactly. So why don't you take away with what was going on?
No, so people just pointed it out. The way it works on VGen is you have to wait for VGen to investigate before you can ask for a refund. VGen doesn't hold the money, they just facilitate you transferring it.
Mm-hmm.
So they can't actually give you a refund. You have to go to the artist and request the artist to give you a refund. If the artist says no, you have to do a chargeback. But as most people know, there's typically a limit of chargebacks. So you can't, after a certain amount of time, you just can't get one.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the amount of time VGen requires you to wait puts you outside of the chargeback window. So they can't get you your money back. You just have to hope that the artist is nice and is going to give it to you, which makes it really bad for like scams or just artists that are kind of shit at their job.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is kind of an issue to me. I want to know if any artists have done that already.
It's like what's interesting with VGen, because like granted, I haven't had any bad experiences with VGen yet, knock on wood.
Yet.
But like, I know one way that like they tried to keep bots out or scammers out and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
is to have like artist verification and like codes and all that. But unfortunately, some of these, I'm sorry, unfortunately idiotic smaller artists, or even some bigger artists, are posting like VGen code giveaways, and then like just random people will enter just to get a code.
That's very dangerous.
Get verified onto VGen, which, please, artists, don't fucking do these giveaways unless you verify that that these people actually have some, commissions that are delivered, like, and not by any fucking bullshit. And just like, These stupid artists are gonna be what ruins VGen in the long run.
Oh, I agree. Again, I haven't seen people complain about VGen. I mean, like, when this was coming up, Mizu, were people actually complaining about artists doing this frequently? Or was it just like...
They were complaining that it would happen, and they would basically just get no restitution at all. VGen was just kind of like, oh, well, you know, it's up to you to figure it out. And it's like, that doesn't work for a lot of people.
VGen was like a mistake.
It's like I get complaining about, like, a possibility that something could happen. But also, like, I'm just going through VGen's Twitter page. And this was posted...
Oh, they updated their rules.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Did they already fix it?
After lots of feedback, we've reevaluated the need to enforce a 150-day guarantee delivery. Instead, the guarantee delivery date will still be mandatory, but the limit will be 2 years. The VGen refund protection period will still be 150 days after each payment. This means if a commission has a guaranteed delivery date beyond the 150 days, the client will be required to check a consent box that this commission's refund will not be protected by VGen. If you want to ensure your large, lengthy project, i.e. Vtuber model, is protected, ask to split the payments into milestones so that we can protect each payment for 150 days, while still giving the artist enough time, which, you know, that sounds nice, like, in theory, if they are able to actually pull that off to where there's a tick box saying, hey, this will be payment part 1, and then, you know, second payment will be on X date. But it's if they're able to actually pull it off.
Does money move through VGen at all?
No. They are like a, what's the right word? Like a middleman. Where they're like, hey, look, you can secure this through here, but the payment process is still gonna go through PayPal.
Oh, I really don't feel like I would. Oh man, that makes me trust them way less. And I know why they're doing it is because getting a payment processor to link up with a website is not easy. And if they had a lot of chargebacks, the website would get shut down very quickly. So they are doing that to save their ass and just put it down on the I don't like that. I trust them even less now. Holy shit.
Well, it's like it's either with through PayPal or I think directly with your debit card. Yeah.
I really
so
don't
it's like you
that.
can either fight with PayPal or you can fight with your bank.
They are an escrow host payment processor thing. I don't know. I just feel like if you're not willing to pass the money through you and be a gateway or at least help out like a lot of other websites do, I can't trust you. Sorry.
Also, they're not escrow. Escrow is somebody that holds the money before they give it to the other person. They literally don't touch the money at all other than taking their cut.
Which is
I can't trust
5%, I believe, which is lower than like every other website and stuff, if I remember correctly.
But they can do that because they take no like responsibility or loss.
Yeah, I can't trust that because if they're not willing to take some form of like danger, I can't. I would much rather just deal with PayPal. And I know PayPal screws artists, and I'm not saying that I would say that they should stick with artists, or with PayPal.
Oh, okay.
But like, if artists are gonna go with that platform, I'm not.
Okay, so this is interesting. So I decided to look through like their help center, and it says which payment methods can I use, and they have it to where it's up to the artist on what payment processors that they will take. And so it says short answer, you'll always be able to pay with credit card or debit card, but PayPal, Apple Pay, and Android Pay availability will be dependent on the artist. So it's the artist that gets to choose how they get paid.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like fine, but again, I here's the problem. I only can trust the same amount of artists that I have commissioned at least once or twice. If I've never commissioned you before, you are on a 0% trust with me. Even if somebody says they have a good relationship with you, just because I can't trust you. So I don't know. I don't know. I just feel like there needs to be more protections for stuff like that because people have been scammed so often by that shit.
Hold on here. I will send you this to shooting the shit. Here you go.
Okay, hold on. Do you want me to show this?
Go ahead. I mean,
Alright.
there's nothing personal on there.
Okay.
So disputes, yeah. So the disputes are managed by VGen within that, like, X amount of time.
But the money doesn't. That's the thing that kind of bothers me is the money doesn't stick with them. And I understand why they don't want to do it because it makes it very high risk if you have to send the money back, and there's a lot of money that gets lost. But I just can't trust. I just can't trust it if they're not willing to hold on to the money. That means that they can't even trust themselves, or they just don't want to deal with it, which doesn't make it trustworthy. Like, I would trust VGen way more if they were willing to take on some of the risk, because that means that they actually care about both the artist and the customer. It just tells me they really only care about the customer.
I mean, they're trying to make it to where there's more customer protection, and now artists are like, oh, well, it looks like they're trying to give more security to only the clients or whatever.
Well, the clients are the people that pay you, though. That's the thing about... A client is how you make money. Shouldn't you want to please them? I don't know.
I mean, it's like I get people, like, the scamming can go either way.
Oh, yeah, of course. Unfortunately, in that case, again, the person that needs to hold on to the money is VGen. So that if, like, the consumer tries to scam the artist can still get paid by VGen. Or if the artist tries to scam the payer, the payer can still get their money back, or most of it back. So if they're not willing to do that, oh, I still got practicing in the top corner. Thank you for reminding me. I didn't notice that.
Yeah, no, the specific issue with that VGen has is the fact that they don't hold it in escrow, but they still take quote-unquote responsibility for refunds. But they have no way to actually give you the refund.
No.
That causes a serious issue.
Yeah, and for that reason alone, I can't say I trust VGen.
And it's like, honestly, if people want more security and stuff, because, like, on default, you can pay with either your credit card or debit card. Put it through one of your cards, and then your bank can handle it, instead of having to fight with PayPal.
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't want to deal with PayPal, just pay through your card.
I agree.
Also, it was very funny if you go to VGen's quote retweets when they made the 150-day change.
Mm-hmm.
Artists were very mad.
Were they? What were they saying? Tell me some of the good juicy details.
No, they were just being like, don't you understand? Like, this hurts us. Like, you should, like, be an artist first platform.
No!
And you should always, like, look to us first.
That's not how this
and, like,
works.
all this stuff.
Sorry for
But it's
yelling.
like, I don't know how to deal with you guys.
I mean, but the artists that are complaining about it are not ready to have their art as a business. Because a lot of artists and stuff, they tend to, I'm sorry, spend the money
Before
that they get from a commission before they even finish it.
They shouldn't
It
do
should
that.
be general practice to not spend any of that money until you either get, like, the line art done, or you're done with the commission completely.
Chat.
Because I have paid, like, there's this one commission that I got a while ago. It was only $20. It's, inconsequential money, but I still haven't gotten that commission back at all. And
Same.
the artist has been like, oh, I'll get it done sooner. Hey, I'll give you this kind of commission instead because, I whatever. And I'm just like, yeah, sure, whatever. And at this point, I literally just sent them a message because I really don't care about the $20 at this point. But I'm just like, you know what? I don't care anymore. I don't want it.
But I will never use you again. And I will tell everybody that you scammed me, basically. I mean, you don't have to say that, but, like, If an
It's-
artist does that,
yeah.
I'm gonna make sure that if somebody asks me to go with them, I'm gonna say no, don't go with them. They're a scammer.
Yeah.
It's like I don't want to be that bitch, but it's like it sucks because this is the second time this has happened to me. The other person I've commissioned just they fell off the face of the earth. They haven't been active on their Twitter in like 2 years, and they either died or I don't know. There's literally no social. There's been no active socials of theirs for 2 years.
Jeez. Yeah, I think unfortunately this has happened so much where artists scam that people can't complain that people are skittish about this stuff. If you're upset that I don't want to, that I want protection over my money, it's because I'm the one that's paying you. I'm the one exchanging the service. Yes, you have the service, but I'm the one with the money. And the one with the money is the one who makes the rules for the most part. Or at the very least, we both come together and we agree. And if you don't fulfill the rules, you don't get the money. And then I go back to my one artist because he's the only one I trust.
It's like I love working with various artists, and 95% of the artists that I have worked with have been perfect interactions. Things have been coming in on time, but it's like I don't want the couple bad experience that I have ruin it for me to go to other artists in the future.
Yeah. But it's still one of those things. They just need to
Yeah, even
be a
though
bit better for their people.
Ari is gonna be like one of those artists that I am gonna be a frequent flyer for still, but
Good.
yeah,
No, I think Ari is just gonna be like the group's artist. I want to make sure that he gets plenty of love. If they can't finish within 2 months, instant chargeback. I mean, it depends on what they're working on. Like if Ari is making a model or an outfit for me, I've told him he's got time. I mean, I would say here's a soft deadline. And maybe that's just because I trust him, but I don't know.
It's like it would be depending on the type of commission it would be. Because if it's like, just a full body flat color, yes, I expect that to get done a little faster. But if it's something with a background, full body, fully rendered and stuff, I am willing to give a bit, like, way more leeway on that because I know rendering can be a fucking bitch. But yeah.
No, yeah, I agree. I don't know. This is why I like to tell people with skills like art that if they really want to not be a dime a dozen artist, that they go above and beyond just being a bitch. Because being a nice person also goes beyond, is like what makes you an artist above the rest, in my opinion. Good skills is not good enough anymore. You don't get to just act like that.
Yeah.
Because very few do actually know how to act like a real human being. I don't know. Cope and see the artists that are upset that the customers deserve just as much power as you.
Yeah, no, it's always weird when artists do this thing where they're like, no, it has to all be for me and nobody else. It's like,
No,
nobody's gonna want to hire you if that happens.
no, exactly. See,
They're gonna be worried to like hire you.
it's like this. It's I with my skill set and my trades and what I do with my work, does my boss need my skills? Yes. But if I act like a bitch, somebody else out there can probably do my job just as well. It doesn't matter how good my job and my work ethic is. If I'm gonna be a bitch, he doesn't want me. That's why I try to maintain I work hard and seek constant am I doing okay? I don't know. So don't be a bitch. Be constantly looking to be respectful. I don't know.
And I get where some people are coming from, where like sometimes artists get screwed over. But first off, that wouldn't happen if they just did an escrow system.
Yeah, we need an escrow system. If there was an escrow system, it would work out. One that both
It'd
of
be
us
perfectly fine if they did that, but they don't want to do that.
No.
Just
have somebody else hold the money.
Yeah. All they have to do is hold the money themselves.
Or at the very least, provide a sketch in the beginning. Escrow system, what's that? It's a person or system that holds on to the money that's not either of you until the project is done or the contract is completed. It could be a lawyer. It could, I guess it could be a bank. I don't know. Yeah.
Here's the thing. Here's an easy way to explain it, right? Imagine you and me, and this is not a very like exact example, but we wanted to like make a bet on a game, but we were afraid the other person wouldn't pay up if they lost. So we would go to a middleman who is typically like would run his own business, and we would both give him the money. He's escrow. He has no skin in the game necessarily. He might take like a small cut because we're going through him, like a tiny percentage cut. But at the end of the day, he will transfer the money to whoever has to have it when the time comes for it to transfer. And this is the way a lot of different intermediary businesses work. Stuff like, you know, Amazon, eBay. They'll hold the money in escrow until the exchange has been done, and then they'll pay the money out themselves. And in return, they take a cut of that.
Yep, pretty much. Pretty much.
VGen is taking a cut, but they're not actually holding anything in escrow, which just causes problems.
You know, and again, I do believe that there is a conversation to be had where artists shouldn't be screwed over. Just as I don't believe either side should get screwed over, but that's why there needs to be a better system and not just one side gets benefited over the other, because then it's not equal and it's not right.
Yeah.
So, yeah. That's pretty much VGen. I don't know if you guys had anything else you wanted to talk about. I feel like a bunch of artists are going to start getting angry at us for saying what we just said, but I don't care. Oh, goodness.
I mean, it kind of needs to be said.
It does need to be said. People need to stop being stupid about that kind of shit.
Yeah, and also, like, if people really don't like VGen, just go to Scab.
The problem with Scab is you're not supposed to be able to get commercial from Scab, and it's hard to communicate with the artist at all.
I mean, you can only communicate them through the basic one-time message, and then you just never talk to them again.
I don't know. We kind of need to fix payment processors before we start worrying about shit like that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, which reminds me, I need to change my Pixiv region.
I haven't had to do that yet.
Because they are going to block your access to be able to change your region.
Oh, really?
Yep.
I didn't know they were going to prevent you from changing it.
Yep.
Oh, snap. When are they doing that?
Soon.
How do you do it?
In settings.
Okay. Where is it? Oh, country. I'm just gonna say Japan.
People from Pixiv, like their corporation, have definitely misunderstood some part of American law, because they seem to think like American law prevents a lot of art on Pixiv from existing when it doesn't.
There we go.
That kind of sucks, and I don't like it.
They're just trying to keep themselves from losing payment quote unquote losing payment processors. I don't know.
I know, but it still sucks.
It does. It does. It does. Okay. Do we want to talk about the Stardew stuff, or do we want to move on to the Kenji stuff?
You just use Stardew.
You want to Stardew? Okay. This is another thing that Mizu kind of was paying attention to. So apparently people are on Twitter are upset that Stardew Valley doesn't have pronouns in the game.
Yes.
What spurred that?
I don't know the like inciting incident. People claim it started like a month ago, but I couldn't really find anything that was more than like a week old. So I don't know what supposedly happened a month ago that like fucked this. But it really was started just by like specifically trans people. more specifically like non-binary, that wanted like they them pronouns and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But like, because I mentioned this on my tweet when I mentioned about it, about how much of a nothing burger it was, because Stardew doesn't have pronouns at all already, including he and she. It has, you're always called either the farmer or by your character name that you chose yourself.
I think
so
that
it's
was
one of
very
those things, like, I
deliberate.
don't understand like why this is an issue, why we're discussing this at all. Like, this feels weird to me.
It does. It does. Especially since, like, it's a game. It doesn't matter. Like, I understand that, like, people can say, oh, these right-wing chuds are caring about, like, having big tits or big ass or having all this other shit in games. It's just like, well, yeah, because it helps out with the appeal. But pronouns literally don't do much of anything in Stardew, the game where you're farming all day and getting away from the real world. And it feels like when they do this, they try to reintroduce the real world back into the game.
Yeah, it's just dumb.
I don't know. It's a nothing burger. It is a nothing burger, but these people try and make it an issue.
It was probably the biggest nothing burger of the week, and I didn't like it.
You're always referred to as the farmer? Yeah, if you're always referred to as the farmer, it doesn't really matter then. Like, again, I agree that there are degrees of respect you should give. But, like, why do you care if you're called more than just the farmer in-game? I'm serious.
Absolute jumbo nothing burger.
I just need to understand. I don't know. Maybe I'm, like, missing something, but...
No, I mean... but then they started, like, making stuff up, saying that people had been doxed in order to try and convince the guy that makes it, Concerned Ape, to kowtow to them. But I have no idea what they're talking about. I saw no one complaining about actually being doxed, and no one pointing to a person who was doxed.
Mm.
It was just, we're getting doxed. It's like, oh, who?
It's like when people are like, we'll get into the Kenji stuff, but when people are like, you said all these mean things, it's just like, okay, what did we get wrong? And then they don't provide anything. It's just like, I don't know how to help you, bro.
Yeah, I don't follow. But no, the Stardew thing is genuinely kind of boring for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I said, that's all they did. We want pronouns, well, you don't need it, and you can just mod it, so get over it.
If it's a mod, literally just install the mod. Getting doxed in Stardew? No! Don't do
People
that
forget
to me!
Stardew has like a very robust modding community. Like, so it's one of those things where if you want some little stuff like that, there's really no reason to ask for it.
Mm-hmm. Concrete is a great person. All these people are... No, yeah, I don't understand it. Like, just let the guy make his game. Alright? If you're upset that he didn't include a feature in it, mod it in. Like... I don't know. People, if people complain like this for Minecraft, guess what? You could probably mod it in. That's what skins are for. I don't know. Protagonist syndrome? I don't know.
A little bit.
I don't know. It's
But
just...
yeah, I couldn't find anything to substantiate anything any of them were saying about doxing happening. So I don't know where it came from.
It's one of those things where it really doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things, in my opinion. Like, I've played multiple years of Stardew in game. I really don't see how adding pronouns will, like, okay, so it changes how you will be referred to by your possibly future spouse will refer to you. I just don't think it matters. It really doesn't. The rainbow folks are confused that the eternally online are throwing a fit. No, yeah, I do think it's not all like, I don't think it's specifically rainbow people. I think it's just terminally online rainbow. What's funny is I've found that there's like a community of like rainbow people that aren't terminally online, because I do believe that some of those people exist. Well, maybe a lot of them, but they're not terminally online, and then they look at how the other ones act, and they're like, you're not making this easier.
Yeah.
You're making me look worse, okay? You're making me want to feel straight. You're gonna make me identify as straight, alright? Shut up. Maybe I'll change my pronouns back. Shut up. Oh, but no, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy.
And they're all annoying, and I wish they would all go away. Genuinely.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of going away, TikTok got banned in the Senate. So,
Which, I don't know how long that's gonna last.
I don't know.
It'll take approximately 9 months for it to take effect. Well, ByteDance has 9 months to sell the company to a U.S. company or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But from what I've heard from rumors is that ByteDance said that they are willing to sell TikTok to somebody without the algorithm that they have.
Mm-hmm.
But I also heard that the owner or CEO or whatever for TikTok and stuff already is opening up a company in the United States that is basically like TikTok, where they're going to have a seamless transition from the original company to the new company that is going to be hosted within the United States. So it's basically just a little mini transfer and then, hey, look at you, it's compliant.
Well, there
That's
you
what I
go.
heard.
There you go, chat. And it's not going to be any better. Because when the US does something stupid, like make a law that makes absolutely no sense, and then pair it with giving money to other countries that you don't care about, that people tend to look at the US government and laugh. And I'm going to laugh with them.
Which is a fair point.
Because it is a joke. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I haven't seen a lot of people complain about it. I think the initial complaining, like, stopped after a while.
Yeah, it probably will die down for a hot minute.
The only thing I'm going to be upset about with TikTok possibly going away is that I won't find all those cool recipes, but I got YouTube that I can find their channels.
I find all the cool recipes on YouTube. Some of them confuse me, but I want to try them anyway.
Oh, there's also this one girl that I watch. Her name's Megan. She runs a special needs cat shelter.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, wait, what? How do you have a special needs cat?
Are you telling me there's Downs cats and autistic cats that she takes care of?
No, ones that are like, disabled, have medical, like high cost medical issues and stuff. With like heart problems and everything.
I just want to say, chat. I would
probably
totally...
would have been. I probably would have understood that better if you said like a cat hospital.
I totally would have.
No, it's not a cat hospital.
It's a
rescue.
Needs cat. I think about like Down syndrome cats.
I would totally adopt a
actually,
cat.
technically, there are cats that
This
do
is
have
my
cats.
autistic cat.
His name is Jerry.
He's almost more special than I am.
He needs constant attention. Shit's all over the place. I would totally have a cat like that. We would be best friends.
We love you, Lumi.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, that's amazing. It's possible to have a
Anyways,
mentally
continue.
disabled cat? Oh, man.
I don't think I want to anymore.
No, please. I want to hear it. This is amazing.
Fuck you guys.
Oh, no. Come listen. I loved it. That was awesome.
I love the disabled cats.
No, listen. I joke, but unironically, if an autistic cat existed and I needed a cat, I'd go for the autistic cat. He'd probably scream all day until I got home, though. Oh.
Anyways.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Lumi.
It's fine.
We've ruined Lumi's night, chat.
You have. Fuck you guys.
Oh, man. Wait, have I really ruined your night?
No.
Okay.
god, I forgot your autism can't pick up on shit.
Well, I just want to make sure because sometimes, sometimes my mother was passive aggressive about it, and I just couldn't tell because I just couldn't tell. And then she'd get mad at me for being passive aggressive back. Anyway, you just let me. Oh gosh, I'm sorry. Okay. So
what else?
Oh.
What else do we got besides bullying cats with Down syndrome?
We weren't bullying the cats with Down syndrome. We were bullying you.
So, Legal Mindset did a stream talking about the Kenji stuff. Now, chat, we had our Kenji stream last week. If you didn't watch it, you can go watch it or continue watching here. But the basic summary was, Kenji had a falling out with some friends that doxed him a couple years ago. Saou jumped in and said, "I don't feel bad for you." He decided to say that he was going to re-upload the video.
No. So we gotta be fair to Saou.
Okay.
Saou said, "I feel bad for you. I understand how you feel. It's probably how I felt when you called me a pedophile."
Fair. You know what? There's a better.
That's basically what she said.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough. And he was like, "I'm gonna re-upload that video, bitch," and then he like basically reiterated what he said in the video. And Legal Mindset decided to jump in and say, "This is a bad idea, and I'm gonna make a stream on why this is a bad idea." And then before the stream came out, Saou and Kenji made up. Basically, Saou made a long thing saying, "I was hurt by him, but I hope we can move on from this. Please don't send him hate." And then he said, "We talked. She's not a ped. Don't send hate, guys." And all of his followers really weren't quite sure if he was being serious or not.
I mean, he put a little tard picture up there, so like can't really take it seriously.
His own followers do not think he was serious. So
she's still getting harassed, probably by, and I'm not gonna say that they're his followers because I don't know, but
they're his followers.
And I'm not gonna say it's his fault because it's not his fault.
Oh, it's definitely his fault.
Okay, fair enough. But the point I'm trying to say is I don't feel like his apology had the effect that Saou was hoping for. Like, Saou accepted his apology, so now she can't retaliate against him. But Legal Mindset basically made this stream talking about it. I pulled up some timestamps where we're gonna listen to it. Because I feel like it is important to understand chat and have a conversation about the Loli stuff. And I feel like this can transition into the next topic because when it comes to Loli and LoliCon, I don't feel like I've ever seen a lawyer talk about this or be very blunt with this, but he is going to say some things that I feel like are very important for people to understand. Because when you call somebody, you know what, I'm just gonna let him say it because it's more important. Really quickly, are you guys watching?
No, fuck it. Yes,
I'm
watching.
Up the screen. All right. Can you hear it?
No.
You can't hear it?
No.
I did so much
being
to get
bad at tech again.
I did it so well to get. Hold on.
I did so well. I was proud of myself.
Right, he didn't
Oh,
I
wait, hold on.
have no
I
idea
hear
how
him.
this doesn't work.
I hear him a little
And
bit.
then he
Oh, yeah,
continues
now
to
it's making
pile
sound.
on.
You can hear sound now?
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna reverse it. We're gonna start at 7 minutes. So basically, Legal Mindset and Gator, Anime Boomer, he's a great streamer, are going over the situation. And they get to the point where Kenji says that Saou, for making her jokes about Shota, is a predator. And so we're gonna go over this. It's about 2 to 3 minutes, and we're gonna stop and talk about it as we go. So here we go.
It's been like an ongoing thing for her. That means it's like an actual fetish, yeah? She's a fucking pedophile. Fucking pedophile. Bitch, I want to see her goddamn, her shits.
Okay, so he said it like twice there, right? He didn't just say it once accidentally. He said it twice, and then he continues to pile on. See, this is the problem. And to be clear, we're going to talk about this specifically because I want to talk about this word, and I want to get out here the fact that this word is almost always an unacceptable word to call somebody, period. You should not call anybody this word on the internet, period, unless you are real fucking sure that you've got their criminal background check, you've got their information in hand. You should not do that at all. I'm going to play another couple seconds.
All right, we're just going to stop here really quickly because he brought up something that is very important. You cannot call somebody a predator on the internet unless you know that they have been convicted of that crime. That's very important. Now, what's really funny about this is there are a lot of actual predators that get community noted. There was one that I saw today that was really funny, where the community note says this person has been convicted of being a child molester or a child predator, and their name is, and then they say their whole name, and basically that is okay because they have been convicted, and community notes shares that information. All right, so that is fine. When you see a random person on the internet call lolly lovers predators, that is not fine, and we're going to talk about that. We're going to let him educate us on why that's wrong.
But I want to show you like how the piling on makes it worse. I'll play another 30 seconds.
I want to see her fucking her history. Imagine.
But saying right here, okay. But see what he says right here. He admits that this is how he doesn't know. He doesn't know how dumb what he just said is. He just called her something, and then he says he hasn't seen her history. Well, if you haven't seen her history, you cannot call somebody that. That's the whole point, right?
Her fucking history on her computer right now. Oh my god, her search history is probably crazy. Holy shit, chat.
No idea.
This is insane. Talk to me.
You're admitting you don't know that. So, anyways, that's the main allegation. I don't want to drop it. There were other places this was made. There were other places the statement was made, but that's a main one that statement was made. So that statement itself was the problem. And the second you call somebody that, a PDF file, whatever you want to call it, pedo bear, whatever, calling somebody that is a criminal allegation. You are calling somebody a criminal, right? So when you call somebody a criminal, it is 100% defamation. That is the clearest case of defamation. If you brought that up to court, they'd be like, yep, that's 100% defamation. And the judge would just, that's it, you're done. There's no arguing that. You called them that twice, the full word, right? And then you went on to admit that you didn't know enough to actually call somebody that, which
All
makes
right.
it.
So that's pretty much it. That's pretty much the biggest bit right there. That's that I wanted to show, because yeah, he basically laid it out there very clearly.
I'd also clarify to the chat that I don't necessarily want to disagree with a lawyer because I don't have a degree, but I do think he's wrong here.
You do think he's wrong?
100%, yeah.
About what?
Well, because one of the things he mentions, right, is he says if you accuse somebody of committing a crime and you bring that in front of a judge, that's basically 100% defamation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Something he forgets about is, it sounds weird to say it, but people have to remember this. Being a pedophile is not a crime. Acting on it is a crime.
Mm-hmm.
Being a pedophile is like a state of mind. You can't actually be prosecuted for that. No matter how like fucked up and derogatory like you talk about it is, you can't be prosecuted just for that. So, because this has been brought into court before.
Mm-hmm.
Typically, you don't win a defamation case if somebody calls you a pedophile. You can if they say you abused a child. It's completely different.
Mm-hmm.
It has to be an actual accusation of a crime.
Mm-hmm.
From what I have seen, I'm pretty sure he's just wrong on this one.
You think so?
Yes.
I mean, it's like based of what Mizu is saying, it's crossing into the territory of getting people arrested for thought crimes.
Mm-hmm.
Which
Yeah.
it's like I think about like doing multiple war crimes on a daily basis.
Depends on your jurisdiction. We are talking about in America.
Yes.
And in America, it has routinely been practiced, or routinely been shown in court that calling somebody that does not meet the bar of defamation.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that if it like harms you financially, maybe there's a conversation to be had. I don't know. I want to know. I want to know what Legal Mindset says about that. But Elon Musk
Did you
lost
watch
his
the
case
2 hour
about it.
stream?
Did he really? I have no idea. But his whole big thing is basically
Elon Musk lost his case about it. Elon Musk's won the case.
Oh, he did? Wait, what? I don't know anything about this.
He didn't necessarily win. They settled, basically. I think a lot of people also forgot in the Elon Musk case, they both called each other pedophiles. Because a lot of people always put that on Elon Musk for being just the bad guy. No, the Malaysian guy was just as bad. They were 2 man children getting in a slap fight on Twitter. And they
Okay.
both said the same shit to each other.
That's funny.
That's kind of why they ended up settling, because both of them were like, look, you're just going to be stuck in here forever, and you're both going to get in trouble. Because you both acted like idiots.
Mm-hmm. Settled.
Settle doesn't necessarily mean one side won. It means the lawyers convinced them to shut up and go away.
Mm-hmm. That means let's not spend hundreds of thousands of more dollars. Let's spend thousands of dollars instead to get you both to shut up. But it
Haven't heard the lawyer say the word lolly yet. Kenji doesn't say the word lolly either.
No.
And it wasn't about lollies, it was about shotas.
It was about
He does eventually say shota, but his friend in the back immediately goes, call it what it is, it's kid diddler. And he says, yeah, diddler. In that case, probably might get defamation.
Mm-hmm.
But it's debatable because he doesn't say it, his friend says it.
But the whole point that I'm trying to bring up from this situation is they settled. Kenji and Saou settled. My personal opinion is he settled because she probably threatened him with a lawsuit. Maybe. We will never know. That's just my personal schizoid opinion. But she probably threatened him with a lawsuit because, like, it was getting pretty bad. All of the stuff that he was doing. So, and I feel like she probably would have had a good case if she could prove that he significantly damaged her with this statement. I don't know. What do you
I'd like
think?
to clarify for the YouTube chat. One way you can get hit for defamation is if you know you're spreading misinformation.
Yes.
That's called the maliciousness standard. However, in the United States, there are actually multiple different standards for which you can meet defamation. The most typical one and the most important one is financial damage. If you said something that was false, that you thought was true, but it caused somebody to lose money, you were still going to get in trouble because there was an actual monetary damage and you have to make up for your mistake. That's where the ignorance is no excuse thing kind of comes in. If there is no damage and it doesn't seem like you were malicious, you can get away with it.
Pretty much.
With Kenji, I think the important thing to remember is it's not, it's a lie, it's you did it with malicious intent. So there is still a possibility that Kenji could get hit, given what he said on Twitter afterwards, because then it looks like it was intentional malicious intent.
Oh, I agree. I see. The thing that I feel like hurt him the worst is not only did he make the stream, not only did he make the video, and then remove it later, which means that he probably knew it was wrong in the beginning, but then he put it back and then bragged about it. And I feel like doing that would have been, the judge probably would have been like, why are you doing this? This seems very fucking malicious to me. So, and as says that she was planning on suing him, I would need to see some info for that, but I also wouldn't doubt it. Because again, I think she got in his DMs and said, I will sue you if you do not shut the fuck up. And he was probably like, all right, step off. Let's talk about this. But,
because like even if she lost or it ended up just like a neutral outcome, getting brought into court is not fun.
No.
And you have to spend a lot of money to go to it.
Yeah, but it sounded like she was prepared, which I don't know how. I'm not going to speculate about Kenji and how he would be able to hire a lawyer, but hiring lawyers and having to deal with that shit is never fun. And it's only ever a last resort. So she was probably like, "This is my last resort with you. Fuck off."
Yeah. I don't think she would have wanted to go through with it, but she would have if she felt she needed to.
Pretty much. But my whole reason to bring up that the legal mindset video was to basically like show people a lawyer is saying, "Don't say this shit. You could get legally in trouble, and the judge could legally fuck your life up." So I know that nobody in our chat, like, I'm pretty sure everybody in our chat is like not gonna go call somebody an actual predator unless they have proof of it. But like, I feel like this is something that people need to pay attention to. The next time, I mean, like, if some random idiot on Twitter says it, you know, it doesn't matter. But if people get to the level that Kenji did, show them this video and say, "You might get fucked in court if you don't shut the fuck up." I don't know. Maybe they'll shut the fuck up. Are you scared? It's very close to call to actions. Oh, if someone could show us her browsing history. No, yeah, it's... He was very unsmart, but it's over. The important part, in my opinion, it's all over. He backed off, and it looks like everything... What's funny is, not only did he back off, he stopped going into the whole, "Oh, my friend's doxed me" kind of thing, which means that he probably got everything out of it that he wanted, and that he's just done with it. So, I don't know. I just think that the whole thing was a shitstorm. What do you think, Mizu?
Yeah.
What about you, Lumi?
I don't care.
You don't care?
I don't care. Again, it's two VTubers with way more money than us hitting each other with their money.
No, I agree. I mean, I agree. I just think that Saou didn't really deserve this.
Yeah, but again, two richer people hitting each other. I don't give a shit. When people with more money than me start fighting each other, I'm just like, either bring out the brass knuckles and start beating each other in the street, or please shut up.
Yeah. Fair enough. I guess Kenji got what he wanted. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. Yes, he did. And then the Saou stuff, I feel like immediately erased all of that. Because I do believe that there was a lot of people ass-patting Kenji when all of this was going on. A lot of big people that probably cared about him or wanted to pretend they cared about him. I think all of that has been erased with how he acted with Saou. And I think that, at least if they are smart, they will look at him a little differently when it comes to whether or not they will support him. Elf VTubers. That's right. Alara was... So what's funny is, Alara, the base news VTuber journalist that likes to pretend that they have such journalistic integrity, they said they wouldn't cover the Kenji stuff because they felt like there was so much misinformation on both sides that she didn't feel like she could cover it. So... Even though, you know, when smaller situations that she feels like she could be very confident in talking about, but this, you know, she's just fine.
Don't forget, it's easier to punch down than punch up.
It's very true. She wasn't ready for all of the Saou fans to come and fuck her life up. I don't know. I just think the whole situation is funny. I'm glad it's over, though. Because, well, I know that Mizu wishes that Saou continue to fight, but I'm glad that at the very least, she's no longer having to deal with this. Now she's just having to deal with asshats continuing to be asshats. But, you know, I think she'll move past it.
Yeah, it's like she's just gonna keep punching a wall with falter, so, you know, we can watch that shit burn.
Yeah. He did. Threatened her like a spineless jellyfish. Ooh, that's mean.
Sometimes I think reinstating dueling as possible recourse would really get some people to shut up. I don't know. Kenji was one of those people that said he wanted to, like, attack people so they couldn't get into VTubing.
Very true.
Did Saou
Pretty insane.
Laura? No, not that I know of. She just didn't want to cover it because who the fuck knows? She probably didn't want to get any heat for it.
Well, I think that the problem is Alara knows that Saou is a very universally liked VTuber and was hurt by not VShojo, different black company, Ninji Sanji. And so I think she knew that if she covered it like, oh, Saou is a horrible predator, then she would have lost all of her credibility, because a lot of higher up people than her like Saou. And so it puts her in a situation where, which side do I want to choose? Let's just not choose either and pretend that we're going to be a bitch about it. So, it was kind of funny though. It just really shows that she's not the journalist that she thinks she is. She's just an opportunist. She just doesn't want to be honest about it. Had she covered it, she would have lost favor with either Kenji fans or Saou fans. Listen, I deeply believe that she would have lost a lot of credibility, period. It's crazy. Kenji's manager... Oh, yeah, Kenji's manager had, like, a spurg out as well. You know, what's funny is, you know, Kenji says all of this stuff about Saou, and his manager manages Chibidoki, which is...
It's Chibi, definitely not a lollidoki.
Chibi, definitely not a lollidoki, exactly. Chat, I know that this may be seen as bullying. I don't think it is. Do you think that Chibidoki is a lolly based off of some of her models? Or at the very least, do some of her models have lolly-like features? Because
the majority of her models are lolly. Her 3D model is the only Chibi pass. Yeah.
No, I agree. I looked at a couple of her models and I'm like, what are you smoking? You are 110% a lolly, ma'am.
The proportions on like her main live 2D model is more lolly than other lolly VTubers I know.
It's crazy. Lolly with ever extra steps. Again, I think she did that just so that because here's the thing. There are Kenji's one of these people. There are VTubers that don't care about the culture. They like the model, and they know big, colorful model makes kids go, whoa. And they appeal to one group of people that you don't like, and that is normies. All right? The normies are the people that Chibidoki and people like Kenji are into, because those are the people that I don't know why they like to appeal to them, because those people aren't really good in terms of like viewers, just in my opinion. They hate anime, they hate the Japanese culture, which also makes them racist. But they're just bad people to want to get an audience for. So I don't know why they're pandering to those people, because it will kill them one day. Excuse me, I mean, their internet career will die one day when they make the wrong move to these normies. So I don't know why, but it has been my experience that pandering never works. It only leads to suffering.
Tis the way of the world.
Indeed. Normies suck in general, both inside and out. No, yeah, again, they hate the culture. They're gonna say, oh, I love anime, I love Japan, I watched One Piece, I watched Yu-Gi-Oh, I watched fucking Dragon Ball Z, I'm an anime fan. It is my opinion that if that's all you've watched, you can't really consider yourself that, because the mainstream is not considered it, in my opinion. Like, I would consider you more of an anime fan if you watch Studio Ghibli, instead of those, because those are mainstream. It is not. I don't know. Am I too mean about that opinion?
You're not mean enough.
I'm censoring myself just for you guys. I just think they're also normies. No, yeah, they're all also normies. A flesh tubers in essence, but they don't want to show their face. Yeah, I agree. Oh, I agree. But what's the biggest thing to learn from the Kenji debate or the Kenji thing? Just don't be
Nothing.
stupid. Don't be Kenji.
Yeah, don't be Kenji. Actually enjoy VTubing.
If you did IRL streaming beforehand, just make a brand new account instead of using your already pre-existing account of 200,000 followers and saying, oh no, I've been a VTuber this entire time. Those 200,000 people are going to know, my dude.
Pretty much. Consider you a casual anime fan if you've only seen Dragon Ball, One Piece, and Naruto. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Which is a lot of people, actually.
It is, yes. If that is all you've watched, I can't consider you like big anime fan. Didn't Dragon Ball have Loli in it? Dragon Ball had Loli. It had like so I've not seen it, but I know that there are a lot of scenes that where the old man is just being creepy, and I know that's just kind of like a funny joke, haha thing. But it's bizarre to me that normies don't care about that, because like they look at other animes. I'm trying to think of just random throw out example. I can't think of one, but I know a lot of other animes where they'll chomp at the bit, but they'll give Dragon Ball Z a pass because it's the normie anime. Pan is a lolly. I have no idea who Pan is. Who is Pan?
Eh.
It's like, I'm just gonna post this and shooting the shit, Akko. It's like, oh, what about this? It screams chibi.
I'm
Oh
gonna
yeah, the
open that.
Chibi-Doki thing.
I'm gonna open
Yes.
that. Chat. Oh gosh, I need to zoom out.
Chibi-Doki's biggest issue was she eventually commissioned an actual chibi lolly, or a chibi model. So now
Lolly.
she has to explain why her lolly model is a chibi and her chibi model is a chibi.
Lolly, chat. This is a lolly right here. Why are they a lolly? Got younger or smaller figure, almost childlike. All right, this is a lolly. I know that may hurt. Know that may hurt to your ears, Chibi, but you are a lolly. Get used to it. The model's not bad. It's actually pretty cute, but they are
Oh
a
yeah, the
lolly.
model's flipping adorable, but stop being in denial.
Mm-hmm. I just don't want to get canceled.
People didn't used to take it so seriously as they do now. See also the Uncle Chester skits from Saturday Night Live.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
People take it way too seriously now. They take everything too
Honestly.
seriously. Unless it's like old guard stuff. For some reason, if a series is old enough, they just let it go.
That's a lolly? Yep, that's a lolly, all right. Everybody's like, that's a lolly. Very petite, yes, very petite. Comedy, nudity, and cartoons was a thing in the 90s? No, yeah, exactly. It's just not supposed to be now for some reason. I can't say. Oh, you would have to bring it up on your stream, Mizu.
No, it's fine.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I mean, all people have to do is look up Chibi-Doki and then go to her media tab.
If you look at Chibi-Doki, she's 110% a lolly. 110%. I'm just waiting for the controversy where one of her fans is like, hang on a moment, you're a lolly. Look at all of these examples. Lolly. And then she has to deal with it. That's gonna be crazy. I don't know. Speaking of lollies. So before the drama involving us, there was a lolly Twitter space with a I think it was an Egyptian VTuber and
An Egyptian-themed VTuber.
Egyptian-themed VTuber. She followed me for a while, by the way, and then she unfollowed me, probably when she found out I wasn't actually black, which tends to be the case. A bunch of darker-skinned VTubers that are from that weird side of VTubing, they tend to follow you only if they think you're black enough, which I kind of feel is racist.
No, it's definitely racist.
And the moment they figure out you're not black enough for them, they unfollow you. It's just kind of crazy to me to think about. But this girl, I can't remember her name, but she did I think, I don't know what the impetus for this for them was, but they decided randomly, you know what, we're gonna do a Twitter space talking about Loli and LoliCon and why people defend it. And it was a shit show. It was a massive fucking shit show. Was it Vexoria? No. Vexoria finally unfollowed me, by the way. She followed me for the longest time. It was weird. Excuse me. No, this is an Egyptian-themed VTuber with darker skin. Not black enough, 7.8 out of 10.
I think her name is Timora. I don't
Timora, something
remember.
like that. Tayuma, there we go. Thank you, Ryan. Tayuma.
Yeah.
Imagine.
That thing was 7 hours long. I had to do some, hey, who has the audio for this? I managed to listen to 3 out of the 7 hours, and I have brain damage and should be paid thus such.
Well, you'll get paid soon. Paco's working on that. But anyway, they made this absolutely horrendous Loli debate in a Twitter space. Didn't they remake it once or twice because it was just not going well for them?
Once because I forgot why
Mm-hmm.
she remade it. But I will just cover the. I'm gonna have to scroll back a little bit, but I'll just go over a very short live tweet thread that I did when I was doing that because
Mm-hmm.
it was painful. It's so fucking painful.
I have an Egyptian OC. She has caramel skin, but everyone calls her black. Yeah. I think the people from the East would like to have their identity back, Twitter.
See, this was March.
People come in shades, not just one. As a black person, I can't stand my people becoming gatekeepers of people not being black enough. Isn't that? Yeah, that's kind of crazy. Sorry, Mizu, you were going to say something?
Nope.
Okay.
I don't believe in speech.
I don't believe in speech, I swear. No, it's gonna take me a second to scroll back because this was last month.
No, you're totally fine. No, but it's just kind of bizarre to me. From what I heard, a lot of people, I heard there was screaming on both ends of the debate, which just in general,
Yes.
If you're going to go in and actually debate somebody about whether or not Loli is fine or not, you should not approach it yelling like a retard. All right. And the reason why you don't approach it like that is because you are going to become the example of, in their minds of what a lolicon or what a shotacon is. So if you ever, and I personally, I just don't think you should enter debates like this because they're not worth it. But if you do decide for some random reason that you want to jump in, don't scream or yell. All right, don't do me. All right, that's why I don't debate because I can't. But you can't just run in there screaming because nothing is gonna happen. Plus, if the other person is screaming, you want to make them look like an idiot. And, but yeah, from what I heard, this whole debate, 7 hours. I know a lot of it is probably dead air, but
Surprisingly, not.
really,
It was a lot of circle arguing. Like, okay, I got to my little post,
perfect.
and my first post on the little thread was someone legit just screamed at the top of their lungs for like 30 seconds when like I forgot who was talking, but it was like one of the people defending lollies, and then this person just screamed and it fucking hurt my ears, so fuck you. At the next point,
There's a lot of reading.
there was some empty air, but apparently it's something weird with Twitter Spaces where for some reason some people can hear someone talk, but then other people can't hear the other person talk, so I was getting like half of the conversation. Someone said, quote, there wouldn't be as many violent crimes if there is no violent video games, because they were trying to compare lolly content with violent video games. And I just said, girl, what the fuck are you that stupid? There'd still be just as much crime. There'd just be blaming something else for it.
Just like saying getting rid of all of the guns would get rid of gun crime. It's not how it works.
I need to find link to the debate. I was provided an audio file of the entire Twitter space. I'll probably upload it on YouTube under like a private video, and I'll like send out the link to whoever wants it.
It's like saying that if America gets rid of their nukes and asks everybody else that everybody will get rid of it. It's not how it works. Once you have a nuke, it will never not be a thing. It is there forever. Forever and ever.
The next part that I put, I said, the antis are saying fictional essay and IRL essay are the same. If you have a kink for fictional essay, you don't care about IRL essay. Not a verbatim quote, but basically if you're beating off to fictional essay, why would you not be okay with IRL essay? Is the gist of it. So basically saying, oh, if you like the fictional kind, you're just fine with someone getting assaulted, like in real life.
Mm-hmm. Technically, zero guns equals zero gun crimes, but we can't. No, see, yeah, that's the problem. Again, the nuke is my greatest example because once you make a nuclear bomb, the bombs are there forever. You can't get rid of it. All right. Everybody's gonna have a nuke eventually because somebody made it. Same thing with guns. If guns exist, there will always be guns. You cannot get rid of them. Somebody will always know how to make it and how to distribute it. There's just no way to get rid of it, period. So instead of trying to take power away from people that want to protect themselves, you should instead add power and educate people so that the right people have weapons in case the wrong person also has a weapon. That has always been my stance, and I believe that it is to be the correct stance.
Yeah, it was so fucking dumb. And then the last part that I got to before I had to just shut it off because one, I kind of had to go home from work. Was
It is at work. I'm sorry.
I had to listen to something while I was auditing. Let's see. Okay, then the last one that I said was saying the auntie speaking didn't even know who Shadman was. How old are they? Too young to know who he is, apparently. But the difference between lolly artists and Shadman is that lolly artists do not draw real kids. Shadman broke the one rule of art: do not draw real kids. Yeah, it's like they were saying that lolly artists are the exact same as Shadman, which no, it's a difference.
There's a very big difference. Very big difference. Oh man, Shad, here's a question for you, really quickly. If Shadman, let's say the Shadman decides to stop drawing, well, I know that he still exists. He probably still does shit, but he probably isn't going to draw real kids anymore. Hopefully, I hope and pray. Would you buy art from him if he offered commissions? I don't think I could. I feel like that's too tainted. Give me your answer below.
Probably too tainted.
Too tainted in my opinion. I would say it's a bad idea.
He only drew 2, but none were in not safe for work situations. He just drew 2 kids. One was Keemstar's daughter, and the other one was 11 from Stranger Things.
No, was it 11 or was it the girl from the Wolverine
movie? It was 11.
Movie? Okay. I would say that one is too many.
Oh yeah, he did draw the girl from the Wolverine movie, but it was just her.
I would say that 1 is too many.
Funny enough, Papa Meat is closer to Shadman, yeah.
Yeah, Papa Meat has, depending on who you ask, also done the same horrible thing as Shadman, and yet he wants to be a moral... You know, I wonder if that's why he was being so anti-lolly, is because he realizes that that shit is coming for him eventually. He's got to prepare.
Closest anyways come to Shadman in recent is Meat Candy with the Tom Brady video. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Again,
Which was fucked.
Don't break the one rule, all right? Kids, avoid them, all right? Fuck them. We all hate them. We don't want anything to do with them. Get them out of our spaces. I am pro kick kids out of adult spaces, or just kick kids out of spaces, period. Put them in a corner, let them grow up, then they can come into the world. That's right, he drew Lieutenant Corbus as well. Lieutenant Corbus. She was a young girl that was definitely fed things by her parents. She was like a right-wing extremist girl who was like, I want to say she was like early teens when all of that happened, and he drew her as well, and it was really fucked up. 11 Keem's Kid and Corbus. No, that would be 4. It was Corbus who was extremely suggestive.
Who was 11?
11 from Stranger Things.
The girl from Stranger Things.
Oh. I know nothing of Stranger Things.
It's a very lackluster show.
Fair play.
Basically Kid Leafy. Yeah. But anyway.
I searched Shadman Lolly and the 6th result is a tweet of Lumi.
What?
What?
because I had Lolly and Shadman in the same tweet.
Shadman,
curious.
Loli, images. Oh wait, you can't search that on Google.
Maybe it's just because Lumi talked about it recently, or because you follow her. I have no idea. Does it count that he drew a lolly version of Hillary? No, if the person is an adult. Actually, I don't know. How would that count? Mizu, you're like more of a law person here. If they're an adult, would it matter if you drew them as a kid? I would say it probably would.
I'm pretty sure it wouldn't.
It wouldn't?
But you're still not really supposed to draw other adults in that situation.
Yeah.
You could still be gotten for like sexual harassment.
Yeah, I would agree. That would, yeah. Don't do that. Don't draw adults as kids either. Unless they're fake. If they're fake adults, they don't exist in the real world, I would say do whatever the fuck. I think it's fucking weird, but do whatever. I don't even know why you would do Hillary Clinton. That's weird. Although he probably did it to own her. I don't know.
To be controversial.
Definitely.
I mean, that's how he got most of his popularity, besides having pretty decent art, was being controversial.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, also his Teen Titan art with Starfire and Raven.
See, the funny thing is, chat, he had a decent art style. You don't need him in order to get that art style. There are many people that imitate his art because they know that everybody loves it.
I am still waiting for the first VTuber to be drawn by Shadman.
I don't think it'll ever happen. Whoever would do that would be stupid.
That would just be hilarious.
Somebody would probably do it.
Probably. I don't know.
I just don't know who would.
I don't know who'd be that stupid.
Anyways, I feel like we're way off topic of anything.
Oh, we are.
Interesting.
We were talking about the lolly
Nice.
debate. I don't know. This is I thought it was pretty interesting.
You didn't even listen to it.
Me? No, I was.
I think Akko meant the conversation.
Yeah, the conversation. I thought the
Not
conversation was pretty damn interesting.
Not the
Oh
7-hour autism fest.
no, fuck no! I haven't listened to that.
I am going to have a just pausing and discussing this space, a 12+ hour endurance stream just to listen to that fucking debate.
Fine, I will do it with you.
If I'm not working that day, I will do it with you as well.
You guys
I'll
can pop in and
commit
out
to
as you want. You don't have to suffer the entire time with me. I'd appreciate it if you did.
I mean,
maybe I'll take people in with me.
I'll play Toontown while I do it. That'll make things less shitty.
Fair enough.
Oh, this is a random thing that we probably don't want to discuss too much about. But just so everybody else in the chat can have the same pain I have, the Velma show got a second season. I think it's halfway through.
The Velma. Oh yeah.
Did just
They brought
because
back
I
the
know
Hex Girls. Just
Yeah, they
because
look
they
like
wanted to make
fucking
sure you
crack-
hate yourself even more.
they turned my wives into crackheads, and they brought Scrappy Doo in.
Count me out. I won't stay there for it. That's okay, Tim. You don't need to be there for it.
Scrappy. Why Scrappy? Everybody hates Scrappy.
Who knows?
Fucking hell. It's like I like Scrappy in the original stuff, but then they just made him into an asshole. Don't forget, everyone, put your pirate hat on for Velma. Don't hate watch it because it'll just give them a reason to continue.
Yeah, don't watch it on anywhere. It's
Yeah.
bad.
Why do you
And
think
it's
they got
just
a
bad for your
season
health
2?
anyways.
They probably got a season 2.
RNG got suspended.
Yeah, I saw
Again?
that. It happened before. I think it happened right before the stream started. The guy that made the lolly, the kid GF meme got
Child GF
suspended.
meme.
Oh yeah, I seen that.
Did you want to talk about
Here's the
him?
thing: people try and be like, "Oh no, if you get banned from somewhere, you clearly deserve to get banned." No, everywhere has like a thing put in place to where if you get like a mass of reports, it just auto bans you, which is the dumbest thing in the world.
I agree. I think
Because
you
you can get
should.
bots to do that.
I agree. It is pretty dumb.
Also, VGen is trending. I just thought everyone should know.
Who got suspended? The artist who did the meme. Do you have the meme on hand so I can show it?
I do not.
Okay.
It's just the guy standing beside the little girl and has like a bunch of little arrows pointed to him, and it's like, it's gamer time. And it's like vaguely gamer shirt, listening to gamer soundtracks, has child GF.
Oh,
Like, it's-
here. There you go, Akko.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Wait. Okay, yeah, no, that's right. Are you showing it to chat, I guess?
Yes. This is the meme. This is the guy that got banned off of Twitter. I don't know where he is now, but people are saying that he's fine. But this is the
I'll be
meme.
back on Twitter.
It's a funny meme, in my personal opinion. People taking it way too fucking seriously. I mean, yeah, it's kind of cringy, but it's funny at the same time, and people are being stupid.
He's on Barag, apparently.
I can follow him on Miss Key. Very good.
Miss Key decided to start gatekeeping because of Americans, and I'll be honest with you, I don't blame them.
I got in before they did that, so I'm
Same.
good.
I had an account, I think. I don't know what happened to it, though.
Do we want to touch on the last thing real quick?
The last thing is the new
27
agency.
VTubers.
Okay, so chat. Did you know there is a brand new VTuber agency out right now? And they're debuting 27 VTubers at once. Well, it's not at once. It's been like 2 to 3 days. But
It's
they're
over 3 days. They're debuting 9 a day and 30-minute increments.
Yep.
now. If that were all, I would say that's very dangerous. But it's
They
not my
made it worse.
agency. Here's how it's worse, chat. They are debuting now. Just for some context, chat. Press 1 if you know what VStream was. All right. Press 2 if you had no idea what VStream was. I just kind of want to get some engagement from the chat. Press 1 if you know
I
what
miss
VStream was.
VStream.
I know Lumi knows what VStream was. I had a VStream. Lumi had a VStream. Mizu, did you have a VStream at all, or were you too
I
controversial?
didn't use it.
Okay,
I
good.
miss it.
So VStream was a previous VTuber exclusive website where it was made for VTubers by VTubers to be a VTuber thing, and they had some interesting ideas. I'm not gonna say they had bad ideas. They all had very interesting ideas. They wanted to make a better hub, community for VTubers. In my personal opinion, and Paco, I think, would also share this opinion, the biggest problem they had is it was only made for VTubers. It was not made for regular people. It was made for VTubers, and the regular people just didn't latch on, and so eventually it closed down. The reason why I'm telling you this is all these 27 people that are spawning like zombies are being corralled to do their debut on a no-name app that nobody has ever heard of.
Let me clear this,
Okay.
because I think it's very important that chat gets the full explanation of this.
Yes, go ahead.
All 27 of them are doing their debuts on an app called the Annie Live app. Here is why. First off, this isn't just a VStream situation, though VStream had its issues. Anybody could go watch VStream. So if you want to go watch the debut of one of these people on the Annie Live app, first off, you have to have an iPhone. They don't have an Android version. It's an app. It's not a website. You have to have an iPhone to get the app. Okay, so I have an iPhone. I want to watch these people. How do I get the app? Well, first off, you now need to fill out a Google form. This Google form will get you into the alpha testing for the app. So now you have to wait till, I believe they said 6 p.m. 6 p.m. today, and then you will get a message whether or not you got in the beta. Well, this is an alpha app, and Apple has a very heavily policed store. So you will first get a download link to a third-party app store, and you have to download that first. Then on the third-party app store, you have to enter in the code they give you to get in the alpha test for the Annie Live app, so you can download that. Now you can go watch one of these VTubers.
Now, chat. I appreciate your I wanted to interject this really quickly here because this is something that I have learned, and this is something that I feel like is perfected by big corporations. Here's the major problem with that. The more steps that you have to include to enjoy something, the less likely somebody is to do it. I can't remember what the exact number is, but like I think it is if you wait longer than 5 seconds on Google, you're going to probably try and do something else because people aren't patient. People don't care if, you know, people put a lot of time and effort into something. If you can't serve something immediately, it will not happen for that person. This is why Amazon is so dangerous. They literally have a buy it now. You don't have to research it. You don't have to look into it. Confirm the address, buy it now. That is why Amazon is so successful. My major problem with this app is there are so many steps that you have to go to. Not only are they kneecapping themselves with half of the potential audience, I would say 2/3, because how many people actually use an iPhone? Just asking. But they
You
are
also have to have iPhone users that are also like VTuber enjoyers.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's kind of well known that the more nerdy you are, the farther you get away from like stuff like iPhone.
Exactly, because
You like by default, if you were a nerd, you probably have a Windows PC with an Android.
yes,
If you were super nerd, you're running like some jerry-rigged phone with Linux.
pretty much.
Very few people are running Apple computers, except other creators. And other creators are not your audience.
And the reason why is Apple, for all of the problems and shit I give them, here's what I learned. Apple is good for one thing, business. If you want to render a video, edit a video, Apple, this is according to family
Not
members.
business, creative business.
Creative business.
Their version of spreadsheets and stuff on Apple work like hot fucking garbage.
Fair
They're
enough.
only good for creative business.
Fair enough.
Specifically Adobe. Not just creative business, specifically just the Adobe line of products. Anything else is not going to work right.
Fair enough. But all I know from experience is Apple works really well with creative business. Anything else, nobody owns an Apple computer because you can't play games on it. You can't enjoy your social life with it. So nobody has an Apple. Like, I mean, if people have an iPhone, great. But again, I don't think the amount of people that are going to enjoy VTubers will also have an iPhone. Unless they're also a VTuber that uses it for their model. But beyond that, it is not only you kneecapping your audience by not having Android users, not only are you making it worse for you because you might not get the people that you want, but it's taking so many steps to even get people on the platform. That's not even taking into account that they probably have to make an account and make sure that account gets put up there. And then after all of that, after all this setting up you do, now you can watch your VTuber. Okay? Chat, I want you to just be honest. Would you go through all those steps? Now, to be fair, I've looked at some of the VTubers. The Gyaru one is my favorite. She's cute, and I think she's funny. I think she's going to be the most popular one there. But
What,
would
the
you?
cowboy one?
Yeah, the cowboy one.
So if you read through her Twitter, she is low-key well aware how dumb of a decision this is.
Oh, I agree.
And
I've
she's
read.
kind of running like a little damage control, not for the company, but for herself. Like,
Yeah.
no, don't worry. Like, I'll have my content other places. Like, I will even have like clips of my content from the debut on my other streams. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, no, yeah, I agree. I looked at that and I had to breathe a sigh of relief because here's the thing, chat. If I hope and pray that they can stream in other places. I'm pretty sure they're going to be able to, because she made it sound like on her Twitter that they will be able to multi-stream and do things on other platforms. But if you were just pegged to that app, I'm sorry, you have no career. All right, and I personally don't understand why the CEO of this company. Now, the CEO of this company, by the way, has been very ass mad at people on Twitter. I don't know why. I don't know what his personal investment in this app is, but he's been very mad at people criticizing this app. And so I don't know. I'm just afraid for these 27 people. I think me and Mizu like joked that it kind of felt like Hunger Games because all of them are going to be begging for attention.
No, so you gotta you gotta sort out everything else, right?
Fair enough. Fair enough.
'Cause you're skipping ahead of yourself. We called it like it was Hunger Games because we found out from their website, and I guess technically we didn't find out, other people found out, but we got to double check it, that they have a inbuilt favoritism system for the VTubers. So depending on how well you do, like how many viewers you get, depends on whether or not you are going to get funding and attention from the company. And this is something that may like somewhat exist in some companies, but they have it literally in their company like rules. By the way, you better perform better than everybody else, or else we're not gonna help you with your streaming.
Man,
Good
that's
luck.
crazy. Imagine, Lumi.
I'm trying to think of like the Hunger Games quote, like may the best man win.
May
I
the
don't
best
know.
VTuber win and get the most viewers. My money is on, again, the Gyaru. She is the most popular one. And I'm
I
not
know
trying to
some
be
people,
biased.
like see that and they're like, well, it's nice to see a company that's honest for once. No, when a company is that blatantly honest, you have to remember, people, everybody always puts their best foot forward. That is their best foot, looking blatantly malicious. That's
Oh,
the
here you
best
go,
you're
Miss.
getting from them.
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
I had to go dig in the asylum.
Support tailored to commitment. Yeah. Oh gosh, that's Why would
Please
I don't know.
understand that while we provide an environment for talents to autonomously utilize with sufficient support systems in place, individualized support for each person will be less. Consider the analogy of universities or high schools. Services aren't equal for all. More diligent students often receive more attention and support from teachers, while those who neglect their studies and attendance might not graduate. While equal opportunities for learning are provided, leveraging them depends on the student's initiative. Similarly, in Nexus, we actively support those who demonstrate a high level of engagement and ambition. If you want to call it as favoritism, might be true in a sense, but please understand that we will do it more systematically. Specifically, we're establishing a system that rewards talents who achieve good results in various Nexus events and competitions. We aim to create a community where the competitive environment transparently benefits those who excel. The business of talent management involves investing in talents, initially, and recouping that investment over the medium to long term. Joining Nexus means we're investing in you, first and foremost. Hence, we wish to work exclusively with those passionate about realizing their dreams. Giving the inherent exposure to rankings by subscriber numbers or concurrent viewers after debut anyway. Those preferring a competitive, free, leisurely pace might not find alignment with the talent agency. Individuals desiring a stable salary or just to follow instructions may not match well with Nexus, and we appreciate thorough consideration to avoid any mismatch in expectations.
Gosh,
I would like to
damn.
point out, chat, that this is actually very common in some of the worst regular businesses in the world. Whenever you have a business, say we have a competitive pay structure based on your performance, that means you're going to hate your life. You are going to be worked to the bone, and if you don't work yourself to the bone, you will not make any money and be shafted into the back corner of the broom closet.
Pretty much. I like to think of my my work, because like here's the thing, I know a lot of people that have been in delivery probably hate delivery because sometimes you don't get respected by people. But in my business, my boss gives a damn, and like if you're suffering or if your metrics are suffering, if there's something that's going wrong, he's not immediately going to say, I'm putting less time into you, I'm just going to write you up and not help you out because you know what you need to do and you need to get it fixed. No, my boss is going to sit down and say, okay, let's help you get back, because I want everybody to be the best. Everybody needs to be the best, because when you all are the best, we are all the best together. This reads like we only care about the people that are the top dogs, and we're just going to cast away the people that can't be that. And Lulu, if you're hearing this, I hope you own your model, because I hope you own your model. That's all I'm going to say. I hope the best for you, girl.
I want to see the contracts.
I want to see the contracts
really
too.
bad.
I want Legal Mindset to talk about this, because holy shit.
But yeah, I understand like why some people kind of join in on companies like this, because to a degree, to like an ambitious person, that sounds good. That sounds like, oh, if I work harder, I'll make more money than the other people. In reality, what that means is me and everybody else can't be friends. We are going to actively be against each other at all times because if they do better, I make less money.
And in a field where being buddies with your gen mates is like massive, that is a bad idea. Because you know what's going to happen with this? All of these VTubers will never collab with each other. Or if they do, it's not going to be a good collab because they all know they're going to screw me over, so I have to screw them over first. So none of these people are going to like each other. Or if they do, they're way too nice, in my personal opinion. So I don't understand why they've done this. Someone alleged, I don't know how true this is, I asked for some proof, hopefully I get some. Someone alleged that apparently the owner of Nexus is a crypto bro and an NFT bro, and like, you know, do with that what you will. I don't necessarily think being those things is bad, but I do know that there are a lot of crypto bros that are stupid individuals, and will make stupid companies out of it. So I'm hoping that's not the case, but it just rubs me the wrong way.
Oh my god.
What?
This is a completely side point, but Star Rail is mocking Genshin Impact again.
Are they really?
Yeah.
That's funny.
So I don't know if you know this, but it might be on your Discord, it might not. Genshin was sending out, it's not really like sponsorships, but like a advertisement that said, can you stream Genshin to your Discord to like people in
Oh,
your
yeah.
Discord
I saw
for
that.
30 minutes and we'll give you 30 Primo Gems? Currently Star Rail is trending because they just put up, they're giving everybody 1,600 Stellar Jades just for logging in.
That's funny.
And it comes like a day after Genshin started this like advertisement campaign. Star Rail always does this. I like talking about this just because it makes me laugh. The Star Rail team has actively referenced Genshin multiple times in like really subtle ways, which tells me that like they don't like the teams are completely separate and they don't like each other.
No, it's very obvious.
Because the Star Rail team is always making fun of the Genshin team.
Yep. Pretty much. Pretty damn much. If you look at it, it does look like that. It's pretty funny.
Well, they definitely are. I will eat my hat if they are not intentionally making fun of them.
I hope your hat is edible. As long as it's not a hat salesman's hat.
Y'all are so gacha pilled. You're damn right I am. You have not seen my phone.
Yeah, his phone is horrifyingly filled with gacha games.
I got a 300 gigabyte phone and it is full. I have like 50 gigabytes left for updates.
Jesus fucking Christ, Mizu.
Fight me. I love it.
I won't fight you, but I do think it's funny.
We didn't
At
have
least
anything else to talk about tonight, so I kind of like going off on random stuff.
No, you're totally
It's fine. At least you're not spending money.
Other random stuff. They are releasing a 1-to-1 scale Elden Ring Melania arm for $400,
Oh,
so you can
that's
get her
right.
robot arm.
Yeah, if you want to pretend that you've
And
got...
the most quote tweeted tweet for that says, "You know somebody's going to masturbate with this."
Yeah,
I
I
don't
remember seeing
care.
that.
I don't care if they do. It's funny, though.
But you know somebody's going to masturbate with the detached Melania arm.
100%.
That's funny.
And they're going to be saying something like, "Oh, my Roddy mommy."
Yeah.
It's going to happen.
It is.
Oh, no. Please don't. Please don't. That's funny, though.
And then, did we talk about 100 Heroes last week?
100 Heroes who know.
The Eiyuden Chronicles or whatever?
No.
No. Oh, we didn't. Let's talk about that.
So, a new game called Eiyuden Chronicle 100 Heroes came out.
Mhm.
And it's, first off, like, according to reviews of people who actually played it, it's kind of mid, which is not, like, I have to give them some credit. It's not strange for a Japanese JRPG to be considered mid, because a lot of them have trouble keeping up, like, quality the whole way through.
Mm-hmm.
The big thing with this one is the localization is shit. And it's way, way worse than some of the other localized stuff recently. Because I think my bar for when your localization has jumped the shark got set by Prison School years back when they had the girl was supposed to call the guy a pervert, and instead she goes, "Oh, you must be one of those Gamergate incels instead." And I was like, who the fuck mentions Gamergate in the localization? But whatever. This game got pretty close to that, not as bad, when they called somebody a muscle-headed chud. And I was like, nobody uses chud, like, as an actual word, except, like, the really weird far-lefty Twitter types.
Chat,
It's
you're all
not a normal
musclehead
word.
chuds, by the way. I hope you know that. You're all chuds.
And it's been coming out that there's just, like, tons and tons of dialogue where it's like, this was written by a translator. This isn't remotely close to what the original said. Like, there's this one went viral because somebody said a lot of the dialogue in Eiyuden Chronicle 100 Heroes is super cheesy, and that's not intended to be a knock on the game. It's reminiscent of older JRPGs in that way. And the line is, "Don't make me go over there and break you, you gropey little pasty-faced, pigeon-licking, garbage breath punk. Go fall off the mother-forsaken map, yeah?"
If a JRPG had that in there, I would return it.
Yeah.
I would return that.
Think about that when I read it. What part of that says, yeah, a Japanese person wrote that? That's probably what the original line was. It's probably pretty close to that.
No, a Japanese person would just say, fuck you.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Have a fun trip. Don't fall in.
I'll try my best.
Holy cow.
In seriousness, chat, I have not played the game, but I did look through some of the top negative reviews to find ones that did not talk about the localization too much. A lot of them pointed out how the fact that there is 100 playable heroes kind of makes the story feel really disjointed and kind of undercooked all around, which I could have told you that. Even JRPGs that only have cast of like 10 characters start stretching themselves thin to try and get everybody's story included. So once you add 100, you're not getting anybody's story in. Everybody's getting like one dialogue tree and that's it. Or you're just not having any other story going on. Quick, seal Lumi in the bathroom. Everybody wants to seal Lumi in the bathroom.
What would I do? Put it like a seal Lumi
I
in
want
the
to see if I can
bathroom.
find any other like lines from this real quick.
That is really cringy, though. I hate it so much.
Did I spell that wrong? People are trying to defend it by pointing out that like literally one guy pointed out that one of the main characters is black. And it's like that's literally one guy.
I really get well, I don't know if upset is the right word. I really get confused when people use one example to say, "Oh, they're poisoning the well," and it's just like, no, there's more examples of this. You're just choosing to lock onto one because you know that if you looked at any other example, it would ruin your what you're trying to do here. And here I was considering buying it. No, don't buy it. I may have heard that it was SBI influenced, but it might not have been. I have no idea. It was localizer influenced, that was definitely for sure.
One of the lines that was changed was, "What is this huge thing?" And the English is, "You sure it's a he?" What?
What?
So the original line is the girl says, "We did it," when they killed like a robot thing. And somebody replies, "But what is this huge thing?" The English is, "Got him," and somebody replies, "You sure it's a he?" What?
Why does it matter?
Why would you say that? Again, that's one of those lines that's like, localizer was here. How can
Why?
you tell?
Why do
This
people
line.
care? Why do you people care? Oh my god, it goes back to the Stardew thing. It's just like, why do you gotta do that, man? You ruined a perfectly good game. Play in Japanese. Japanese language is superior anyway. Well, I need to learn Japanese first. I'm more
So,
than willing
I've,
to.
Some of the chats from me that are on the stream overlay. No, so what it is do you have it set to live chat instead of top chat? Because if you have it set to top chat, it uses like some weird algorithm to show what messages actually show up or not.
Yes.
I don't know
pretty
how
much.
it determines it.
Unfortunately, that is all that Restream will pull from is the top chat. I don't know how to fix it, but it seems like that it will not pull the full chat. It probably filters out bad words though,
Probably.
and that makes it better for the stream anyway. New rule:
I'm gonna
never
say
hire
something, but you made me
activists.
forget. Oh no, I remember. So, what I've noticed is localization does use a form of quote literal translation, but whereas like most people want literal word-to-word translation, localizers do literal action translation.
Mhm.
So as long as the action carries over, they just assume it's going to be okay. So if somebody is insulting somebody, all they think is they need to input another insult, and then they can rewrite everything else and it's good. So like in this scene that I just read,
Mhm.
all they read was they are questioning what the object is. So they're like, as long as they question some aspect of the object, we have translated it correctly, which is not true. But what I've noticed, and if you go into translation with that mindset, you'll notice that is exactly how they translate things. They
Mhm.
only try and carry over actions, not intent or meaning.
And that's a problem.
Yes,
It's a big
because it
problem.
makes stuff absolute nonsense. And it makes stuff not work later on. Because then it's like, I've seen it happen before, where it's supposed to reference a previous scene, and the reference doesn't make sense. Because they chose that time to properly translate it, but then it's like, well, what are they talking about?
Mhm.
It sounds like they're talking about something they talked about earlier, but I wasn't there for that.
Yeah, I don't know. I find the localization stuff more and more. And I hate to say it, but more and more I trust AI localization to actually do the job that people. And it's an interesting conversation because I was talking to a guy in an Amazon building, and he's getting conveyor belts put in to replace the jobs that some employees used to do. And when I used to work in Amazon, I knew there's lots of different jobs. There's pickers, there's packers, there's sortation, and they're going to remove one of the different lines where humans would do things for an advanced system to do its job. And the problem I had is at first I was like, geez, that really sucks that they're taking away human jobs. But then I started to think, well, why are they taking away human jobs? Because like obviously companies are going to do what's the most cost effective. But from my time of working at Amazon as a packer, I knew that people left and was hired way quickly because people get to the job, they don't like it, and then they get the fuck out of there. So what is a more cost-effective way of doing that? Because obviously keeping employees is hard for them. The best thing to do is just replace all of their jobs with robots if they can. So as much as I hate AI, AI is being embraced by companies that realize that they can't get the job done with humans.
What was that? That was my Discord entrance thing.
So, oh, bless you.
You can also use that as a redeem, by the way. Here, I want to go down the list because I found the localization thread from earlier where they cover like a lot of the different changes.
Mm-hmm.
Girl says, "Oh, you've got a lens too?" And I look, come on, and she's like rubbing the lens. And then in English, it was changed to, "You've got a lens? Well, ladies and gentle wolves, so do I. Rub a dub dub, don't be a flub."
What the fuck?
Yeah.
This sounds like a cringy furry teenager wrote it.
And the other one, the Japanese one, would probably have sounded a little better, had somebody translated it properly. But that's just like the literal one-to-one. And then there's this one. Oh, is it another one of these? All right, leave this one to me. Come on out, Ruin Lens, open sesame.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't work. Is it broken? Then she goes, oh, it's another gate thing. Back up, folks. I'll handle this one. Rub-a-dub-dub. Open, you schlub.
What the fuck?
Hey, this one's broken. Open, you dumb door.
What?
I hate it.
I don't know why I don't know why this girl in this game is obsessed with this rub-a-dub-dub line. Just say open sesame. You can say open sesame. It's not copywritten.
Might be a cringy
This one's a bit more
routine.
wordy. It's you're with the watch, yes. It is absolutely imperative that this co-expedition produces results, as that will give us leverage to negotiate with the Empire. I'm not saying you need to find a primal lens, but a bonus has been prepared for you in case you find the ruin barrows, so please do expend the utmost effort. I expect great things from you, handsome. And she says, you're with the watch, yes? Good, good. As you must be aware, we need leverage to negotiate with the Empire, which means we must pull our weight on this little co-expedition. Don't expect you to find a primal lens, but if you do locate the ruin barrows, I'll see you're paid extra, jingle jingle and all that, yes? Now get out there and show me some results. Dazzle me, handsome. And then the fucking girl from the was using the rub-a-dub-lub line replies to this little essay in English with, well, that was a thing. That is unironically the line that everybody hates the most. That's self-referential bullshit.
What the fuck?
Well, that was a thing. Shut up. Never use that line again. It's so bad. Is it the primal lens? If it really is, then isn't this a great result? More than a great result. It'd be an incredible accomplishment, but we need to verify it first. And then in English is it the primal lens? Pretend it is. What do you get out of this? Well, let's just say it would be a stunning accomplishment. I feel like you're just cutting out like all of what these characters are looking for. Also, thank you for the follow, Avenged. There's a lot of these where they're just... Oh, did they catch one where it looks like they did Chat GPT?
Sounds so bad. Oh, man.
Wait, so what happened? What? I
This
have
is
no
the-
context.
This is the Eiyuden Chronicles thing, and this is just like some of the Japanese versus the English translations. So like we have this one girl who says, geez, honestly. I didn't tell you earlier, I'm gonna beat the crap out of that filthy face of yours. Did you not hear because your ears were plugged, or is your brain not enough to understand? And in English, it's, or does your friend have a chronic case of stupidity? Because I'm pretty sure I told you to keep your hands out of my zone.
They're
Or
talking
did I
about me.
break your whittle heady with my big, big words?
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna be honest,
No.
it did break my head. My head is very broken right now. I'm gonna be honest with you.
It is fantastic how bad it is.
Holy shit. Ugh.
Did I break your whittle heady with my big, big words?
Come here, Clodsire. I need you to help restore my ability to think. Chat, I'm broken.
I'm pretty sure I told you to keep your hands out of my zone.
I hate
Japanese
it.
person definitely wrote that.
I absolutely hate all of that. Even our friends with Tourette's isn't this bad? No, and our friends with Tourette's sometimes screams racial epithets. But he's not even this bad.
Just because I had Twitter up on the other screen, I'm gonna leave this and shooting the shit for YouTube, but this has nothing to do with the stream.
Okay.
Okay. So what the
Shut up.
What?
Okay, I'm sorry, but The Good Doctor was a good show for a little bit.
Lumi.
I like The Good Doctor, at least the first couple seasons.
I am a sturgeon.
Sir, you are not a sturgeon. You are a surgeon.
Localization is cancer. Agreed.
But I
Oh,
prefer House over The Good Doctor.
House is great. I
House
don't
is
care what anyone
amazing.
says.
House might also be autistic.
That did you not open the meme?
No, I see the meme.
You only saw, did you see both parts?
Oh,
It's 2 pictures.
I get it. I get it. Yes.
There you go.
I see. Now, here, what you need to do is put an F at. You need to do fxtwitter.com. That makes it show both. Oh my
Wait,
gosh.
what?
If you do fxtwitter.com and then the rest of the string, it will give you what you want.
Oh, nobody likes fxtwitter.com.
Why not?
Via
Because I have to type it out.
is the way to go.
VX doesn't work all the time.
It does for me.
My brain isn't working. See, chat. See, guys, we ruined them with these localizations. I'm sorry, chat. We can't pay you though for your medical bills.
Yeah, localization sucks. Also, chat, sorry the stream's a little off kilter tonight. Everybody just stopped all of a sudden.
No. I mean, it's totally
Yeah.
fine. Like, hey, we've
It's
still
been
got.
daily garbage every like hour, and then all of a sudden, like, everyone just stopped and decided they were going to be good people again.
I don't think I don't think that's really a big deal. I mean, there's still a lot of crazy little things to talk about. We could talk
Yeah.
A lot
about.
more
I didn't
crazy
pay-
little things.
We could
I
talk.
didn't pay attention enough because I've been working.
We could talk about how the was it the FTC or FCC has now said that non-competes can't be a thing in U.S.-based contracts anymore.
Yeah, but there's not much to talk about that.
No, that's fair. I mean, chat, for those
It's
who
just
don't,
a good thing in general.
yeah, for those who don't
Mhm.
know, non-compete was a thing that you had to abide by if it was in your contract, basically saying that you could not go to another company if it was similar to the company that you currently worked for, basically kneecapping you from using your skill set somewhere else. So this is basically the FCC saying you're not allowed to do that anymore in your contracts. They expect people to sue them, but I don't think they're going to budge from it. And I think that's a good thing that they've done, because people shouldn't be held back from doing the jobs that they want to do. I don't think anybody would disagree with that. So, that was cool.
Kathleen Kennedy wants George Lucas back for Star Wars.
She ain't getting him. He's done.
Star Wars is too dead.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but he's done.
Somebody putting Keijo on my timeline again. Trying to trash the goat of anime.
Oh, really?
Have you watched Keijo before?
I have not.
I'm sure somebody in chat has watched Keijo before. It's where the girls fight with their butts and boobs.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
It is a certified feminist masterpiece, as every single episode passes the Bechdel test.
Okay, that's pretty funny.
I've just been obsessed with Black Butler again.
The
You just
other,
like the show does.
the Shota Black Butler show.
I do like the Shotas. They're pretty great.
Oh, we could talk about the resurgence of the Mori Shota comment.
It's another
That was-
burger.
That was pretty funny. There's
This
a
came out with the Kenji thing.
What did?
The Mori Shota thing, because people were
Mhm.
posting the giant essay of every Hololive character talking about how much they love lollies and shotas.
That's true. That's very
Mhm.
true. Chat.
And then you had Kenji fans saying, who's Hololive? Who are these Hololive people?
Just solidifying that these are nothing
Never
but
heard of them.
normies. Normies that you should not try to pander to. No, but I loved it when Mori was like, no, I don't like little girls. And they're like, she's like, I like Shota. And there was like, oh, awesome. And then she's like, I'm joking, but it was awesome.
She's not joking.
I thought it was very funny. And all these normies tried to rake her over the coals for it. It's just like this. You're not gonna get what you want. You're not gonna get what you want. She is based to a lot of these people. She just released a new song, by the way. I heard it. It was really good. I haven't listened to it yet.
I'll have to go back for it later.
I know, chat. Is there anything you want us? Now is your time, chat. We've been going for 2 hours. Now is your time. If you want us to bring up something that you feel like is very important or interesting to talk about, because It was again a slow week, which is why we have a bunch of little tinier things to talk about.
This week I just can't be bothered with shit. I'm tired.
No, there just wasn't a lot of crazy shit.
Nintendo taking down Gmod models.
We could talk
So
about
the-
that.
The working theory is it's not Nintendo, and I am more on the side of believing it's not Nintendo. My reasoning is that first off, they took down they tried to DMCA a bunch of non-Nintendo content as well, which is not normal for Nintendo. They're typically pretty good at targeting stuff that actually is related to their products.
Mm-hmm.
They sent it to the creator of Gmod instead of the people who made the mods or Steam themselves, which it's not normal for Nintendo to not hit the right target. I actually don't think there's ever been a case of them hitting the wrong target. And they also DMCA'd Pokemon mods. And a lot of people wouldn't know this, including, say, a Nintendo DMCA troll, but Nintendo does not handle the legal for Pokemon.
No.
The Pokemon company, TPC, actually handles all the legal for Pokemon, including the DMCAs.
And that's just because Nintendo doesn't own it. They are like a partial owner in it, right?
Yes. So Nintendo, I have never once seen Nintendo themselves issue a DMCA to any Pokemon content. It has always been the Pokemon company, which is correct. The Pokemon company is supposed to be the one doing it because they technically control that side of it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I'm confused on the Loli thing. Half the time, most people say they're not little girls, but just petite adult women. But the Loli God Requiem song came out including the keto lyrics, so which...
Lollies can be petite adult women. They don't
Yes.
have to be.
Rebecca from Cyberpunk Edge Runners is a lolly. She's like on the edge though, in my personal opinion. But she is considered a lot. She's not only considered by a lot of fans, the creators say that
Call her
Rebecca is a
one.
lolly. So
Yeah.
if they call her one, she is one. Lolly, for them, a lot of people will look at lolly and associate it with just little girls, but it is overall, and Mizu, correct me if I'm wrong here, but lolly mostly just encompasses petite for the most part. It can mean
Petite,
young.
cute, moe.
Yeah, it can mean young, but it is more. I think Rev said it best. It's just a body type.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Being young is
Also,
like a
at the end of the
facet it.
day, they're drawings.
Yes, at the end of the
People
day,
need to stop worrying about drawings.
they're drawings.
Oh, and Mizu, because you know more about the like lolly archetypes and stuff. It's not yandere. Eiyuden said Loli God Requiem is like yandere. It's not yandere. What's
It's Megusaki.
Yeah, that.
Megusaki, it's like Brat.
Yeah.
It's Brat typically that teases an older adult male,
Mhm.
specifically.
Mm-hmm.
It can also is sometimes just applied to lollies that are very smug and
Mhm.
very like up their own, which is why the two new autistic train girls from Blue Archive are considered shupugakis.
Autistic train girls. I mean, that's probably what they are, but that's funny.
Yeah, they're autistic train girls.
Oh, I'm sorry. I can't take that seriously.
They're calling them shupugakis because how we like say the sound a train makes is chugga chugga. In Japan, they say it's shupu shupu. So they're shupugakis. It's very clever. I'm kind of surprised it didn't exist before because there is an entire visual novel centered around train lollies, but specifically like old-timey coal trains. It's a very autistic game. You should play it.
That's funny.
Yandere, I only meant in the sense the audience, like something being technically against them, not a perfect comparison, but sure. Yandere isn't against the audience. Yandere is deathly in love with their object of obsession and will destroy anybody who gets between them and it.
Including them.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
what was her name? The girl from Future Diaries.
I mean that is the
Ground zero.
first person that people would think of for the term of yandere.
Yeah. Well, not me. I would think of the girl from Happy Sugar Life.
Fair.
Well, that's me. I loved Happy Sugar Life. It was a good show.
It's like I think the closest dere archetype for that would probably be tsundere.
Maybe tsundere. But tsundere is still like, you really like them, just you refuse to admit it, and you're very confrontational.
Oh yeah, but it's still like acting like it, but like, you know, it's the closest thing that you can get to the bratty attitude.
Mm.
True, true.
When Nintendo come after MommaOcco, they better not. I have an original hair design. I'm
Original the character, do not steal.
exactly.
Mhm.
Not only is it original, but like we've gone through so much that I don't feel like you could say that it infringes on their IP. They really don't even do anything with. Like, as much as I loved Splatoon, it's not getting the love that I think it deserves. That's partially why I don't play it. BlizzCon was, that's right, BlizzCon got canceled.
I mean,
Nobody's
it's been canceled
surprised.
for the past how many years?
You're very right. But nobody is surprised that it's canceled now. Chat, are you surprised? I'm not.
Wait, what was canceled? I wasn't paying attention.
BlizzCon.
Oh, yeah, no. I don't know what Blizzard would even do, necessarily. Like, nobody cares about them anymore. All of their properties are slowly dying and hemorrhaging followers. Especially their most dedicated ones.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And those are the ones they would have to get to show up.
Yeah. Yeah. But, chat, just to mention, because Tim brings up a good point, I feel like they would go after the VTuber that actually made a quote-unquote Splatoon model before they'd come after me. Because I feel like I'm distinct enough that nobody would... I mean, some people ask about it, but I don't feel like... I feel like I'm distinct enough that it wouldn't matter.
Ugh.
Okay, I have a random question for you guys because this was a random status that just popped up on my For You page. But what are your guys' opinions on artists that will only accept commissions from corporate VTubers?
I mean, that's fine if that's what you want to do.
If they
That
can
doesn't
make
bother me.
If they can make the money
Yeah.
off of it, whatever. You know, why?
I'm just wondering because imagine being an indie that has more than enough money to pay them for their commissions, but they're like, yeah, you may be rich, but no, corpos only.
I mean, yeah, I'd be sad, but...
I can sort of see like where they come from on that. But I
Because
mean,
of
that's
professionalism and everything.
that, but they're also just like, if you're comfortable doing that, then be comfortable doing that, I guess.
Yeah.
But
I know.
I would like to point out to them that even companies that typically only sell to businesses will have exceptions for customers buying like small things. I think about Staples, which Staples is mostly a company that just ships out mass quantities to businesses, but they still let like regular people just order random shit from them.
Mm-hmm.
Because they realize that's just, if they don't, that's just money they're not making.
Yeah.
So if you have free time and all you're doing is waiting between corporate paychecks, if you feel like just not making money in that time, that's up to you. I'm not gonna tell you you can't do that.
Yeah.
I just think it might not necessarily be the smartest idea, given how volatile art is as a job.
I agree.
Yeah, and it's like like just thinking back on it, that there was like only one time that I was able to commission Bardbot for something, and ever since then, besides, you know, very large projects, he has never opened commissions again for like, you know, everyday people. And I'm like, man, I was lucky.
Yeah, it is always lucky when you get a commission like that where it's like, oh, I got in before the deal was taken away.
Yeah, I still have that shit saved, and it would get me canceled by Nintendo lovers for sure.
Why? You need to show it to me.
I
don't
think
think
I
you ever
have
did.
it was my Splatoon art. I'll send it to you though.
Yeah, send it to me because
Your legally distinct art of squid people.
Yes.
Costco's another example. Yeah, it is. Also, Tachi asked if it was Monica. Yes, Monica is who I am talking about. Monica doesn't like me anymore, by the way.
They really don't like me.
No, they don't like me because I'm right. I think that
Always correct.
they didn't like. I think it was during the our first big drama that they just unfollowed because and they didn't. The funny thing is, and this is why I don't care. I've thought about this for a while because when that happened, I did lose a couple of people that I kind of liked. They were one of them. But here's why I don't care. The people that will just run away from you without even talking to you, those are not friends. Those are shitty people, and I have no problem saying that. All right, she is a shitty person for just deciding I'm not even going to talk to you about this. I've already made up my mind. I've already made up my opinion. I'm just going to walk away from you. And I mean, I guess I kind of get it. You know, you want to self-preserve yourself. You don't want to like entangle yourself with something that you might be financially unviable. But at the very least, come and talk to me. Come and say, hey, what's up? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like when I said before that there is a lot of people that I was mutuals with and they just unfollowed me but didn't like soft block me or block me, so they would keep my follower number, and I'm like, no. And then I just unfollowed them myself.
Yeah, it bothers me because like a bunch of people did that. They just refused to. Well, it's not even that they refused. They just didn't say anything. They're just like, oh, you said something I don't like. I'm just gonna unfollow you and not say anything about it. And it's just like, okay.
I mean, it's fine if they unfollow, but it's like if it was someone who, like, you know, used to talk to you and stuff. I would at least hope for like, you know, some sort of communication.
Yeah. I just look at that, and she wasn't the only one. There were a few other people, but I just looked at it and I was like, is that really like and maybe I just read the situation. Maybe you weren't actually a friend with me, and maybe just following is just a thing people do. And but I looked at that and I was like, okay, so I know who a real person is, not you. I don't know. I'm not aloof on the drama and why, but I've been canceled before. Twitter is the source of 9% cancellations. Cancel culture wouldn't exist without it. I agree. That's why I'm half and half on Twitter falling apart. Because if it fell apart, the world would probably start healing overnight. And then the gods...
I would still want a Twitter alternative.
I mean, here's the problem. If you had a Twitter alternative, it would all just go to there.
I'm fine with that. You know what would really stop cancellation? And I think a lot of people don't talk about this. Remove a lot of your stupid chat filters.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
100%. The people that are constantly calling for canceling people only get like as big as they do and as much of a platform as they do because they have no dissenting opinions. Because all these platforms moderate out and ban all the dissenting opinions.
Also, here's the number one way to avoid being canceled. Just don't care. Can't cancel someone who doesn't care.
No, I agree. And it's like, I never really cared. But like, well, I guess I should say, I never cared when people got, like, quote-unquote canceled us. But I kind of looked at that and I was like, man, these people that are just unfollowing me that I've talked to and I built a relationship with, if this is how easy it is for them to drop me, I would hate to know any of the people that they consider friendlier than me. Because I wouldn't. I don't know. It's one of those things where if any of these people come back to me, I'll be like, I don't want to be friends with you because I can't trust you. Because if you're gonna leave me when things are rough, you can't enjoy me now as a friend now. So fuck off.
I mean, hey, for whatever reason, if like any of us like mysteriously graduate and end up going corpo and shit, it's like you know who to mute or block first.
Yes, that was a thought I had, a funny thought. If that ever happened, if either of you joined Hollow or I joined Hollow or any agency like that, cold shoulder. And you won't be able to prove it either. Monica did make a car model, yes.
Anyways, if we are kind of set, I'm honestly kind of tired.
You tired? You want to be done?
It's fair.
We just hit our peak. We just have
Weird.
40 viewers, Mizu. No, I'm just kidding. If you need to be done, that's fine.
Hey, tomorrow we're gonna be dragging Akko into Smite, so that's gonna be fun.
That's right. I need to.
Oh yeah,
I don't own it, do I?
it's
It's
free
a free
Is it free?
game.
Okay.
on Steam.
Don't
You might
graduate.
have to like make a password and like an account. I don't remember how Smite works when you first install it, but yeah, it's free.
No,
Don't
don't
get Smite
graduate.
too. You can't.
Oh, they're having Mizu, go to the Smite 2 page and opt in for the alpha test coming
test.
up.
My interest has been registered. When I get Smite 2, by the way, I'm thinking I might get the Deluxe Founders.
Mm.
Oh, same.
If for no other reason than the Neath skin.
Free game red flag.
Why does Neath get all the good skins? And she's gonna be the favorite for Smite 2. Or it's either gonna be her or it's gonna be Bologna.
Well, I think it's because she is one of the first ones, because the 3 skins you get for the different packs are Ymir, Neath, and Zeus, which were like, when it first came out, they were the faces of Smite.
I can help you, Akko.
Okay, but where's my Jingwei love?
I
I
would like more
still love-
Jingwei.
I love Jingwei.
I hope they tweak a lot of the items for Smite 2.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like how builds work currently in Smite 1.
It's so much changed, and it's just like after not playing for a while and then coming back, I'm like, oh, what are these secondary or first tier items, and then why is it going into a 5th tier? And I'm just like,
They made it a little complicated.
They did for no reason. It all started going down after they removed Golden Bow.
But yeah, we will chat. We're all going to be playing Smite 2 when it comes out, because we're dorks.
Yes.
At least me and Lumi are.
I have no idea.
If I have to choose to go into any like esport game, it'll be Smite 2.
Yep.
Because fuck Call of Duty, because Modern Warfare 3 fucking sucks.
Lumi and I forming our Smite 2 team as we speak.
Yes. I will somehow make Tank Jingwei, Tank Zhonga viable again. Granted, Tank Chunga is still very viable if you build her correctly. You can heal for a lot and not die.
Look, chat, I think it's fair for me to say I'm EP on at least one stream.
Yes.
Because I feel like Akko says it every stream.
I have no comment.
I can hear you got the yawn there. I caught you right on time.
Yep.
I've genuinely chat just had a long week. Also, Smite is not an FPS, it is a MOBA, but it's done in like a third-person shooter kind of style,
Mm-hmm.
to a degree.
Fucking great.
It makes it a lot more dynamic than other shooters or other MOBAs, but it does take more time to get used to, because you have to kind of eyeball where skills are going, whereas with like top-down MOBAs, you just click and it goes there.
Yep. I've been playing Smite since season 2.
Smite is not good for people that have bad depth perception.
Nope. It's also not good for people who have bad money management.
That's all MOBAs.
I'm happy there is not a website like the League spending tracker and stuff, because I'm scared to see how much I spent on that game for the multiple years I played it.
For some
have,
reason,
like-
they disabled the League spending tracker a year ago, and they've never brought it back.
It's like all I'll say is that I have like 5 or 6 tier 5 skins in Smite.
Yeah.
Anyway,
But chat, I'm sleepy.
Yes.
I've got an outro song.
I'm gonna send you guys to Hexa.
Chat, thank you for coming tonight. We appreciate it. We know it's like, I mean, there's not going to be a big drama every single week. I as much as it would be funny, I'd be so emotionally be dead if that were the case. I don't know about either of you, but you have anything to say before we leave?
Live long, prosper.
And for you guys in YouTube, here you go. Have a round meal. Have fun.
And if you're a what is it, a Hexus streamer? What's it called? Nexus? If you're a Nexus streamer, may the odds ever be in your favor.
Yes, we hope and
Yes.
pray for you. No harassment, but literally, I hope and pray for you. All right, have a good one, chat.
Night chat.
Night.
Friends don't work.